All right, Shalom, Yasha Allah, peace, Israel. First and foremost, I would like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Makar Kadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well has taught us his truth, and also peace and salutation to the elect. All right, who are out there laboring truth and sincerity in four corners of earth, understanding in the banner of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua. This is Brother Karab here from the GMS Boston camp, and just want to touch on a quick lesson, and those who that this lesson is edifying. All right, and this lesson is going to go into the word evasive. All right, and I do have the word queued up with the definition. All right, and I want to go into it because you got to remember we're in a war. All right, and in a war you have to conduct yourself with a certain mindset. All right, and that mindset is what's going to drive you to try to get the mission done. All right, and that comes with even how you deal with certain individuals. All right, you may go to work. You may have conversations with your family or friends, or just the average person of the world. This is outside of camp. This is outside of you doing your lessons. And you got to remember not to tell too much and not to give them too much. All right, you have to be in that Clark Kent mindset. All right, why? Because once again we're at war, and you have more of the wicked, or especially Esau Edom first and foremost, because he is the wicked. But you also have 2/3 of our people as well that are wicked and following after the stead of Esau Edom. All right, and what they're waiting for the opportunity to do is to catch you up. All right, they're seeking for opportunity to get rid of you. All right, so you always got to keep that in mind, because what's going to come is the persecution, and when that time comes, you're going to have a lot of people starting to trying to give up the men of the Lord. All right, so once again, this is a war. This is Ecclesiasticus 33:14, and it reads, "Good is set against evil, and life against death. So is the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly." So you see, there's two opposing factors. All right, and they're set against one another. You have good set against evil. All right, you have life set against death. You have the godly against the sinner. All right, and the sinner against the godly. All right, so once again, in this world that's ruled by Esau Edom, the wicked, and it's full in its wickedness. All right, it has corrupted the people's mind. All right, it has taken over the mindset of the people, and in so much that Esau turned everything upside down, where they think evil is good and good is evil. All right, let's grab that precept real quick. It says, I think it's in Amos. Oh, okay, Isaiah 5:20, and it reads, "Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, and that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitterness." All right, and what we're here to do is we're here to declare the light. All right, we're here to declare all good things. All right, and so much that in the eyes of these people, all right, once again, Esau, Edom, all right, these heathens, and also 2/3 of Jake, all right, what we're doing is evil in their eyes. All right, why? Because they love this life, they love this world. All right, and this world is filthy, which makes them filthy. But we're calling to our people, you Israelites, so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Seminole Indians, to get cleaned up. All right, and get prepared for the Lord's visitation. All right, but we understand it's only the elect that's going to get it. But even like I said, and it gets to a point where you have to just be mindful of what you say and how you go about it. When we are at camp and when we do our lessons, is the ultimate time or the perfect time for us to get into that full-fledged again to the Rakah Kodash, get into the spirit, and rebuke all manners of wickedness and declare the light, man, declare the truth. But on your daily walk, people are watching, they're waiting for an opportunity to overthrow you. All right, and this is why we have to be in the same mindset of Yahweh Shai. And once again, that word evasive come up. We're gonna get the definition real quick, but let me get Romans 15 real quick. All right, Romans 15:4 says, "For whatsoever thing was written aforetime was written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope." All right, so the things written aforetime, the things written, the stories, the accounts. All right, the law, statutes, commandments, everything that's written in the scriptures, the Holy Bible, is written for our learning, and we can learn from it and apply it to our life, man. Apply it today. All right. So let's look at the definition of the word evasive. All right. It says tending to avoid commitment or self-revelation, especially by responding only indirectly, right? But also, this is the main point right here. You know, I mean, it still goes hand in hand, both definitions, but this one is more direct. It says directed towards avoidance or escape. All right, and it says avoiding, dodging, escaping, eluding, sidestepping. All right, you see. But what I want to get real quick is the word escaping. All right, it says break free from confinement or control. It says elude or get free from someone. All right. It also says succeed in avoiding or eluding something dangerous, unpleasant, or undesirable. All right. Avoid, evade, dodge, miss. All right. It says fail to be noticed or remembered by someone. All right. It says interrupt. Hold on. Yep. It says an act of successfully avoiding something dangerous, unpleasant, or unwelcome. A mean of escaping from somewhere. All right. So once again, I'm gonna go back to it. It says elude or get free from someone. All right. It says succeed in avoiding or eluding something dangerous, unpleasant, or undesirable. Right. So you got to remember, there's gonna be people that's gonna be watching our moves, whether we know it or not. All right. Everything we do and everything we say. You may have someone watching your shows, taking notes and trying to find a way to trap you up or to get you out there and expose you. All right. So once again, at the end of the day, it's the will of Yahweh Shemel Shai, but you don't want to bring unnecessary attention to yourself by you speaking on something or you just casting your pearls to swine. All right. Let's get that real quick. All right. Bear with me real quick. In Matthew the 7th chapter. Because if you're at work and you work with a bunch of Edomites and you tell them, you say you devils is going into slavery, all right, that's not wise. You know what I'm saying? Even if they ask certain questions, you gotta kind of be more indirect, all right, and kind of leave it a mystery unto them, all right, and have them figure out your thoughts and have them try to figure out your moves where you are for certain on what you know and what you believe in. All right. Because once again, the Lord also says to be wise as serpents, harmless as doves, right? But this is Matthew 7:5. It says, thou hypocrite. Oh, so like in verse 6, it says, give not that which is holy unto the dogs, neither cast ye your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under your feet and turn again and rend you. All right. So, a pearl is precious. All right. A pearl is a precious, item. All right. You see, and with that, you if you give it to a swine is not going to acknowledge that precious item. What they're going to do is they're just going to disregard it. All right. So liken unto this truth. This truth is precious unto us, but we're not going to try to give it to just someone who you deem or someone that is not worthy of receiving it, because that's what they're going to do. It says, at least they trample them under their feet and turn again and rend you. All right. So they start scoffing at you. All right. They try to trap you up and get you in trouble, get you locked up in prison, get you fired from your job. All right. You see? So once again, I'm gonna read it. It says, give not that which is holy unto the dogs, and neither cast ye your pearls before swine. So don't just go out there telling any and everybody. If they ask you anything, you gotta kind of be indirect, you gotta be evasive with it. All right. And this is all a tactic of war, man. All right, because we're in our enemy's stomping ground. All right. And they're waiting for the opportunity to get us. All right. You see, but once again, we have to have the same mindset of Yahweh Shai. And let's get Matthew 10 real quick. Verse 16. It says, Matthew 10:16 says, Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye wise as serpents, all right, and harmless as doves, all right. And when you consider a serpent is wise because it understand it understand who's going against. It also understands the terrain that it's in, all right. So in order for them to really get their strength or be in their strength, all right, they got to factor in what's going on around them, all right. And with that being said, let's get Ephesians 5, and I'm gonna go back to this in 15. And it says, see then that ye walk. Oh, so like it started 14. It says, Wherefore he saith, Awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Hamashiach should give thee light. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. All right, walk circumspectly, paying attention to what's going on around you. Look, which means circle. All right, around. Spectly or spec goes into look. All right, so let's get into the word and the pronunciation. This is a Greek.
Strong's G 199. Akribos. Akribos.
All right. It says exactly, accurately, and diligently. All right. It also says exactly, circumspectly, diligently, perfectly. Salaki. And let's see what we can get for the root word.
Strong's G 196. Akribes. Akribes.
All right. And it says exact, careful. So you got to be careful. Careful in what you're doing and careful in the times, paying attention to the times. All right. And who's around and what and understanding and paying attention to the mannerism of these people. All right. Once again, we're at war. All right. And you have people that come, like I said, wolves in sheep clothing. You may have people that seem like they with you, and at the end of the day, they're really not. All right. You may have some family members that may, act like they want to hear the truth, but at the end of the day, they're waiting for an opportunity to cast you out. All right. And that goes for any situation, anyone that's around you. Once again, outside of the brotherhood, outside of this truth. All right. You got to be real careful. All right. It says, all right, that's mainly the point. I'm talking about exact or being careful, right? Let's go back to Matthew 10. You got to remember, this is what the Lord Yahweh Shah told the disciples, which later on became apostles because they had a mission. They had to go do their job. This is a hard road before them. And he's giving them heads up of what's to come. And this is likened unto this day and age that we're in. All right, it says, Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. All right. And the sheep is harmless and defenseless. All right. In the midst of wolves. And you look at the two, a sheep. All right. And a wolf, they don't go together. All right. The wolf is a predator and the sheep is a prey. All right. So if you're a prey in the midst amongst wolves, how are you able to get out of that situation? All right. You got to apply wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. All right. It says, Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the council, and they will scourge you in their synagogues. All right. So he says, beware of these people. And ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak, for it shall be given you in the same hour what ye shall speak. All right. And I always have this thought, that the Lord is going to speak, and we're going to hear that voice loud and clear in our mind. All right. And we're going to hear it, and it's going to give us instruction, or we just going to come out with it. The Spirit is going to be upon us for us to just say it. All right. It says, For it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father will speak within you. All right. And it says, And the brother shall deliver up brother to death, and the father the child, and the children rise up against their parents and cause them to be put to death. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, and he that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved. And when they persecute you in this city, flee ye into another. For verily I say unto you, ye shall not have gone over the cities of Israel till the Son of Man be come. All right. And Yahweh Shah was just giving them the rundown. All right, and this applies once again in this day and age. All right, because we're starting to see these things, the prophecies manifest, and we're starting to see that they're waiting for an opportunity to push and persecute the men of the Lord. All right, persecute the light bearers, the real light bearers. All right, but when you see it says brother's gonna deal with brother, so once again, family, friends, wives, children, all of it, man. You got to factor in that you may be betrayed or may be put out there by someone you know and you love. All right. So let's go into the next precept and let's see how Yahweh Shah dealt with some of these situations. Yahweh Shah dealt with the Pharisees, and the Pharisees always try to trap him up. All right. Let's go to Matthew 21 and verse 23. And it says, and when he was coming to the temple, the chief priests and the elders of the people came unto him as he was teaching, and said, by what authority doest thou these things? And who gave thee this authority? So basically asked him, who gave you permission to do this, right? And Yahweh Shah answered and said unto them, I also will ask you one thing, which if you tell me, I and likewise will tell you by what authority I do these things, right? So look how Yahweh Shah dealt with this situation. All right, and once again, this is the scripture says Romans 15:4 that things written aforetime was written for our learning. So we have to take heed of what the Lord is doing and what He's saying and how He dealt with situations, so that we may deal with situations in a like manner. All right, verse 25 it says, the baptism of John, whence was it? From heaven or from men? And they reasoned with themselves, saying, if we shall say from heaven, he will say unto us, why did ye not then believe him? Or if we say, O men of men, we fear the people, for all hold John as a prophet. They answered Yahweh Shai and said, they answered Yahweh Shai and said, we cannot tell. And he said unto them, neither tell I you by what authority I do these things. So once again, when you look at the word evasive, right? Let's go back to it. All right, this is tending to avoid commitment or self revelation, especially by responding only indirectly. All right, and it says directed towards avoidance or escape. So the Lord was being evasive. All right, He applied the tactic of being evasive. All right, to the Pharisees, so that He don't have to answer their question. All right, because He trapped them up. All right, and once again, they couldn't even give him an answer, so he was basically saying, "Hey, I'm not going to give you an answer. If you don't know what I don't know," you know what I'm saying? So, but once again, this is a beautiful way and a beautiful example of how to deal with people that's trying to, come at you. All right, who have an evil intent towards you. All right, don't give them everything you know. Don't tell them everything you know. All right, let's go to another precept. All right, let's go to Matthew 22. This majority of precepts is going to be in the book of Matthew. Once again, because of Yahweh Shai being a great example. Matthew 22 and 41. All right, this is another one. All right, this is another example of how the Lord dealt with the Pharisees, right? And the Pharisees was Israelites, man. All right, you see, our own people is going to come against us. All right, it says Matthew 22 and 41. While the Pharisees were gathered together, Yahweh Shai asked them, saying, what think ye of them of Hamashiach? Whose son is he? They said unto him, the son of David. He said unto them, how then doth David in spirit call him Lord, saying, the Lord said unto my Lord, sit thou at my right hand till I make thy enemies thy footstool. If David then call him Lord, how is he his son? And no man was able to answer him a word, neither does any man from that day forth ask him any more questions. All right. Basically got him to Yahweh Shah got them to leave him alone. All right. But once again, he asked a question, all right, and they couldn't answer it. All right, which means they couldn't get to know his mindset. They couldn't get to know exactly what the answer was. All right. And or what was on his mind, or how his whereabouts on how he was going with things and how he was doing things. All right, let's go to another precept. Matthew 12. In verse 14. And it says, Matthew 12 and 14. Then the Pharisees went out and held a council against him, how they might destroy him. See? They was conspiring to destroy Yahushua. And when Yahushua knew it, he withdrew himself from thence, and great multitude followed him, healed them, and he healed them all right, so what Yahushua do? Once again, he was being evasive, and he knew their thoughts. He knew what they was going to do, what they're trying to do. And what he did, he got up out of dodge. All right. Once again, avoiding, dodging, escaping, directly towards avoidance or escape. All right. Certain settings, certain scenarios, if it don't feel right, you look at someone, you can tell the spirits are funny in there, or someone's giving funny vibes. What you do, the first thing you do is get up out of there, man. Get up out of dodge. Be evasive, man, because you never know what's going to come afterwards. All right, and don't sit and wait till they do something either. Just once again, be like Yahushua. Yahushua, read it again. Then the Pharisees went out and held a council against him, how they might destroy him. And when Yahushua knew it, he withdrew himself. All right, so once he knew that what they was going to do, the plans, he took himself out the situation. He escaped. He evaded. All right, he withdrew himself from thence, and a great multitude followed him, and he healed them all. All right, and charged them that they should not make him known. All right, and he told them not to tell nobody. All right, you see. Let's go to the next precept. The next one might be going to be the last one, unless the Spirit compels me to grab another precept. All right, Matthew 20 and 23 and 37. And it reads, O Jerusalem, Jerusalem, thou that killest the prophets and stonest them which are sent unto thee, how often would I have gathered thy children together, as even a hen gather her chickens under her wings, and ye would not. All right. So it says, O Jerusalem, Jerusalem, thou that killest the prophets. All right. You're going to have a lot of our people, all right, doing the bidding of Esau. All right. And that's to try to kill us, man. All right. Us that are out there speaking the truth, starting with our head apostles on down. All right. Because of, we are speaking the words of Yahweh Shemel Shah, us declaring the truth throughout the earth. All right. They want to kill us. Why? Because it's uncomfortable unto them. That's once again, when someone's sleeping and you shine that light in their face, it's uncomfortable. All right. So with us being here, declaring the truth, all right, and declaring the words of Yahweh Shemel Shai, it's uncomfortable until they get us out the way. But we understand that the Lord is going to have his covering. All right. And some of us will be cast into prison. Some of us will be beheaded for the truth's sake. All right. For the gospel's sake. But that just only solidifies your spot more and more. All right. To being elect, to being one of the Lord's servants. All right. Let's get another one real quick. Salakia. 1 Peter 4 and 14, it says, 1 Peter 4 and 12, Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you as some strange thing happen unto you. But rejoice in as much as ye are partakers of Hamashiach's suffering, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy. If ye be reproached for the name of Hamashiach, happy are ye, for the spirit of glory and of the Most High resteth upon you. And on their part, he is evil spoken of, but on your part, he is glorified. All right. You see? So, hey, man, this the persecution and people speaking evil towards us and against us because of what we do. All right. Once again, it only solidifies your relationship and your spot with Yahweh Shemel Shah. Because once again, it said, if you be reproached for the name of Hamashiach, happy are ye, for the spirit of glory and the Most High resteth upon you. All right. Let's go to Matthew 5. I'm down to verse 11. Matthew 5:11. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and say all manners of evil against you falsely for my sake. Rejoice and be exceeding glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. All right. So, hey, man. Once again, if when people start doing these things and they start coming in that spirit, once again, it's just more sealing your spot with the Heavenly Father. But what you don't want to do is you don't want to bring unnecessary attention into yourself. All right, because people may see or may hear something about you, or may just look at how you conduct yourself and want to know. All right, but don't give them too much, man. Don't give these people more than what they should know. All right, be evasive. All right, there's a difference between being evasive and being deceptive. All right, being deceptive is telling a lie, saying that you're doing something and you're not. All right, and actually, I have that right here. Oh, so Salaki, it wasn't this. Let me see real quick. Thanks. Esau, Edom is deceptive. All right, being evasive is applying wisdom. All right. Let me see if I can find it. I know I seen it earlier. Okay, boom. It says, I'm gonna just read the highlighted part. For a politician, evasiveness amounts to failing to provide a definite yes or no to a thorny question. Deception means saying that you donated to charity when in fact you didn't. All right. And this is how Esau Edom operates, off deception. All right. But wisdom, all right, is what? Being evasive. All right. You know, not, just being wise, being knowing what to say, because there's always a time and place for everything. There's a time to speak and a time to withhold from speaking. Let's get that real quick. Um, Ecclesiastes 3:7 says, a time to run and a time to sow, a time to keep silent and a time to speak. All right. So once again, there's a time and place for everything. All right. And this also says, verse 8, it's a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. And we're not in a time of peace. All right. We're actually in a time of war. We're in a spiritual battle. All right. And you don't want to give your enemy the opportunity or the one up on you to take you out. All right. So, hey, man, I pray and hope that lesson was edifying. This lesson was edifying. You know, and with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Kakadash, up on my apostles and elders of great millstone who rule and has taught us the truth, and also peace and salutation to the whole full. Shalom.